You're listening to Friday Night Spotlight for the latest high school football updates surrounding LaPorte County and Northwest Indiana. Friday Night Spotlight starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday Night Spotlight High School Football Scoreboard Show. I'm Travis Harmon-Smith, and what an amazing night it was at Ames Field for the Michigan City Wolves' first home opener against the Northridge Raiders. Perhaps it was the atmosphere at Ames Field that kept the Wolves' energy incredibly high as the Wolves destroyed the Raiders of Northridge in Week 2, 37-0. Statistics for the Wolves' offense was completely off the charts once again, but before we get to the statistical analysis on the offensive side, let's focus just for a brief moment on defense for the Michigan City Wolves. Michigan City not only laid the wood against the Raiders of Northridge, but did it in a shutout fashion, as the Wolves defense made multiple stops on third down against the Raiders, followed by pass deflections, interceptions, and also sacks. Wolves defensive lineman Armand Johnson was a complete man-child on the line of scrimmage as he accounted for 2 of the Wolves sacks, while defensive backs James Heinrich and Noah Jones each had 2 interceptions in the first half. The linebacker play of Nuke Woodard and Orson Eckwood was completely phenomenal, as both linebackers stayed at the line of scrimmage most of the night, making several plays. So congrats to Coach Mason's defense on the first shutout for Michigan City defense since 2004 against Lake Central. And what is quite interesting is that it is the first shutout that was not against Gary Roosevelt. So good job to the Wolves defense. Turning over to the Wolves offense, I mean, it was pretty much a Buck and Hurt show once again. I mean, Arian Kane-Vesey opened up the Wolves scoring drive with a 20-yard touchdown during City's first possession. Then on the second possession, Ball State University commit Marquise Hurt showcased that quickness and speed once again as he took off for a 42-yard touchdown for the Wolves' second score. Wolves quarterback Michael McCullough had another solid outing in the pocket behind center, finding receivers Keyshawn McGill and Noah Jones on 2 separate touchdown passes, which would give the Wolves their second victory of the season. Arian Kane-Vesey had 8 carries for 68 yards rushing and a touchdown, while Ball State University commit Marquise Hurt had his second 100-yard rushing game with 13 touches for 101 yards and a touchdown. City wide receiver Noah Jones had 5 grabs for 67 yards receiving and a touchdown, while Keyshawn McGill also had 2 grabs for 38 yards and a touchdown. City quarterback Michael McCullough went 10 of 15 for 157 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. So as you can see, Michigan City, who is now 2-0, has multiple offensive weapons from wherever they choose to throw to or wherever they choose to run at, and hopefully Coach Mason can utilize those weapons effectively come Week 3 when the Wolves open Duneland Athletic Conference play on the road against Chesterton. Other scores from around the area in the Duneland Conference, starting with the LaPorte County area. LaPorte defeated Hobart 27-10 at home Friday night at Kiwanis Field. Slicer running back Jacob Cole led the rushing attack for LaPorte with 5 carries for 141 yards rushing. South Central defeats Culver 26-12. Rensselaer defeats North Newton 21-7. So those were some of the scores from around the area. As we switch over to scores from around the Duneland Conference, Maryville loses to Penn 35-2. Valparaiso defeats Gary Westside in I guess you can call this a blowout, 49-0. Chesterton defeats Munster in a close one, 25-22. Portage defeats Lowell in another very close one, 28-27. Mishawaka beats Crown Point. Interesting, 10-6. Lincoln Way Central defeats Lake Central, 24-21. So those were some of the scores from around the Duneland Conference. Fans, that'll wrap up Week 2 of the Friday Night Spotlight High School Football Scoreboard radio show for the latest high school football updates around LaPorte County and Northwest Indiana. Join me next week for Week 3 scores, stats, and analysis. I'm Travis Harmon-Smith, and you're listening to Friday Night Spotlight.